Hi there folks, well welcome back to my channel, and for this video I have stopped off in Shotts, which is in North Lanarkshire, and I'm going to try and see if I can visit something of an M8 landmark for anyone who's driven along the M8, which I've done on quite a few occasions. And I think I've seen online a lot of people referring to this as being the M8 Kirk or the M8 Church. So where I'm coming to visit is called Shottskirk, which is the local parish church. And yeah, again, it's one of these good places that I've driven by so many times, seen it up on the high ground, and kind of wondered like about it, and because it's kind of quite a kind of pretty wee church we've always been able to see from something of a distance, but I've never kind of really known kind of like exactly where it was located and how to get to it. So I managed to figure it out the other day and thought I'd come along and pay it a visit today and bring you all along with me. I probably will have to put my jacket on because it does look it's threatening a bit of rain, so hopefully it won't get too soaked. I'm pretty sure there is a website for this, for the kirk itself, so I will try and link that into the description bar below and the pinned comment as well. So again, if you're enjoying my channel, if you're enjoying my videos, if you can click on the subscribe button, click on that notification bell, leave some likes, leave some comments, it's always really appreciated. And if you'd like to support the channel further, you can also follow me on TikTok and Blue Sky, and you can also click on the join button and become a channel member, or you can also use the super stickers as well. And again, all of that support, all that money goes back into create more content like this. So I'm gonna grab my things and try and see if I can find a way into the church itself. Yeah, just noticed somebody selling free range hen and duck eggs. So there's the chicks right there. But that's not what I've come here for. I've come to visit this. I thought I'd try and see if I can get a better view of it. But yeah, this is Shottskirk, or the M8 Kirk, as I was saying. Yeah, so those are the wee houses over there. Just kind of came through this wee gate. Again, remember your country code and closed gates behind you, especially if you found them closed when you got here. But try to see if I can sit back a wee bit further, get a better shot of the church itself. And again, do remember this is still a parish church, and it is still a graveyard, so again, just bear that in mind, and just, yeah, show the respect that you show any place of worship. And I think I've just realised that the bit that I'm in is actually an extension to the graveyard, so I think I might have to come out. There's a wee gate just over there. I might have to go through there and try and see if there's another way into the bit where the actual church itself is. So I might have to take some footage of the surrounding countryside and kind of like have an idea of how it's all kind of situated within the landscape. So I think you can get a good view of the masts at Harthill as well. So again, there's the church, and you can just see through the cloud over there, that's the masts that you pass when you're going via Harthill. And this is the surrounding landscape. Yeah, the M8's on the other side. Just go over in that direction. I'll go out this side, and yeah, I think there's a wee gate over here I can go through. That will take me back into the main grounds surrounding the church itself. Yeah, I'll be able to get in that way. That's the way into the church itself. Don't think the church is open. I've just noticed that there is There's this way marker over here. There's some sort of kind of public paths. So we've got Laws Castle, Riverloch Plantation. Can't quite read there too. Try and get closer. It's Fortissat Stone and Lady Bell's Moss. Can't quite make it the third one. But again, I will get back to the church at some point. So there are these trails. This is quite interesting because there's these 3 stones and they've got kind of cobblestones around them. Wonder what that's about. Nothing to actually indicate what these actually are, what they're supposed to mark. But actually quite a good view here. That's the M8. So that's the main motorway, or the only motorway between Glasgow and Edinburgh. So back in that direction is Glasgow, and out in that direction is towards Edinburgh. Again, signs of the area's industrial heritage. I think it is very much locked up. Yeah. Yeah, so I managed to check a couple of things online, and it was saying that there was actually a pre-Reformation chapel on this site, and it was dedicated to the Virgin and St Catherine. And yeah, so again, when the Reformation happens, they obviously just reuse the site, and I think this building was opened in, is it the 1860s? Could be wrong with the date, but it was definitely in the mid-19th century anyway. The present day building we see now, it was opened. And again, it is still a parish church. It's still being used as a place of worship. So yeah, it's probably a site that's been used for Christian worship for centuries. And I was reading online as well that the Forest Stones, which we saw the sign for, is actually a Covenanters meeting place, and that there's quite a few Covenanter monuments or meeting places within this area. So North Lanarkshire, a bit like Ayrshire, it was a bit of a hotspot for Covenanter activity. So don't know if I may be able to find out where those stones are, but apparently there's also a well within the grounds of the church itself. So to maybe try and have a little wander around the graveyard and try and see if I can find this well, which I think is called Kate's Well, which I'm guessing is a reference to St Catherine, who was the original saint that the church was dedicated to. So yeah, have a little wander around and I'll be nosy. Also there's this little gap in the wall taking into another bit of the graveyard. I think there's even more of the graveyard down there as well. This graveyard's a hell of a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. So, still no sign of this well though. Yeah, so I've been wandering around the kirkyard looking for this well. And I've realised where it actually is just outside the present day cemetery, just down on Hurst Road, which is the road just down there. So I'm going to try and see if I can head down. There is parking there, so I might move the car and try and get down to Hurst Road and try and see the well down there. So I'll have to head back up towards the church itself. It's a shame that the church wasn't open, but then again, it's fairly kind of out of the way. It's not like you're in like the centre of Glasgow and or the centre of Paisley, and they can have them kind of similar like the Abbey or St Martin's Cathedral and have them open during the day. But definitely an interesting little spot, and just kind of interesting to be able to come and wander around. And the church itself actually does get lit up at night, if I remember correctly. So if you're in the area, you probably will see, and if you're here after dark, you might see it kind of lit up and really kind of put on display. So I'm going to shut up just now and try and see if I can get down to Kate's Well. So the kirk itself's just up there. You can just see it through the trees. And where I'm heading, which is along here, I'll make a wee quick visit to it. It's quite a busy road, so if you're coming down here, do be very, very careful. So I think there is a path just there. It connects you up to the kirk up there. So yeah, I'm not too sure which St Catherine it is, but this is a holy well. And the water does look particularly clean. I can see people are being leaving the offerings of coins. Well, that's me just about to head back to the car and head on home. I don't know if you can quite see in the video, but it's starting to get kind of dark now. So I don't want to be sitting out here too much longer. Start heading home. So yeah, definitely an interesting place to stop off at, because I was expecting just to be up at the church itself, and I realised that there was a well down here. And yeah, so again, it just goes to show, and to excuse the noise of the road, that there are definitely still a lot of wee hidden gems throughout Scotland that you can randomly come across and go and visit. And it definitely kind of keeps things interesting, and yeah, gives me even more reason to get out of the house and go for wee adventures. So hopefully you'll have enjoyed this video, hopefully you'll have found it interesting, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.